That sure took a long time of scrolling before I could go live. I'm kind of worried about the connection right now. We got very slow internet at the moment, which doesn't surprise me. So if I disappear, that means the connection's been cut off. So we'll go while we can before we get cut off. Maybe it won't get cut off. Anyway, join in the fun. We got a beautiful day here. It's October 3rd. It's 22.3 degrees Celsius here on the Southern Gulf Islands. Blue sky, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, and the long range forecast is more of the same. So anyway, I don't know if any of you guys saw the video I shot last night when we went to a potluck, and I said I was going to shoot a video of that palm tree that was declared dead a year ago. And the story behind that palm tree is there's a guy down on the south end of our island that has a palm tree nursery, kind of like people grow Christmas trees in a field. Well, he field grows Trachycarpus palm trees, and you can go down there and you dig them. You dig them out. He's got a tractor. He'll lift them into your truck or whatever. And anyway, I'll carry on with this until when we get some viewers, because we have 0 views in there, and I'm just basically talking to myself. So anyway, if you're out there, pop in and say hi. Who's there? Carrie. What do we got? Another? Oh man, have a good one, man. For Wendy, no doubt.
Not really. Yep. I'm 2 hours behind.
Oh no. Well, you got time to pat the dogs next door. Thanks. What a day. Feels like summer out here, man. I'm liking this. Missed it. That was Carrie, the mailman. Good guy. He delivers our packages. I haven't had to pick up a package at the post office for a long time. Usually they send a slip in the mailbox, and you go and you pick up a package at the post office, which is 11 kilometers south of here. But Carrie's our mailman, and he brings the packages and brings them right up to our door. Lots of Amazon stuff. Wendy's always getting Amazon stuff. Hey, Wendy, you got a package here. You got a package. I know he doesn't like. He says I'm 2 hours behind. Look at this shirt. Get over here and do some advertising.
He's an unhappy postman.
This is one happy lady. And you know what? She's going away tonight. We had a date today, and I love dates with this lady because she.
Huh? No, we're going out tonight, aren't we? We are
going
I guess
out, we are going out to Hal's. We're going to Hal's Saloon.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll do a banana video. Hey, I'll do a banana video for you. We'll do an update on Hal and Michelle's banana grove. And what are you doing? You want to say hi? Come here, buddy. This guy wants to say hi. There's Kahu. Hi. You gonna yawn? Usually when I bring you up here, yeah, you yawn. So you had a walk this morning, and then Wendy and I had a bike ride. Are you tired? Guess where we're going in a couple of weeks? Yeah, we're gonna go to the far west coast. This is our little pride and joy. This is our little fur baby. That's Wendy's fur baby, Kahu. He is the. Are you the guard dog? Are you the guard dog? Do you want down? You want to go see Mom? Ah, there you go, bud. Good boy. Where's the rat? Did you get a rat? He does not like rats. He hates rats. Anyway, pop in and say hi. Don't be shy. We can talk about palms. You can talk about food. Wendy's chocolate-covered strawberries were a big hit at the potluck last night. Wendy likes to make chocolate-covered strawberries, and people gobbled them up. It was an awesome potluck last night. There was a lot of people, and we had lots of fun on the south end of Salt Spring. Callie, what are you doing? Quiet. There's nobody in here today. It's like Skip on the radio. I turned it on. I talked to a couple of stations out there, but it's pretty much dead on 11-meter band radio. I talked to 555 in Arkansas, the Razorback State, which I usually do. Just said hi to him. And Six Pack 672 Jimmy in Tennessee, Smoky Hills, Tennessee, and he booms in and shakes the radio room. And that's about it. Got a lot of watering done today. It's like non-stop watering. It's just been so freaking dry. I'm amazed we still have water in our well. It's crazy. A lot of people's wells have probably dried up. People with poor wells, knock on wood, Wendy and I have a pretty decent well. Thank God. It's 200 feet deep and it seems to pump out an adequate amount of water for what we need here at our place on the very northern tip of Salt Spring Island, northern end. And anyway, I'm going to go grab something to eat and hopefully there'll be somebody in here when I get back. If not, we will pull the plug, right? Hang in there. Saves us gas. Now he's got to make an extra trip. So doesn't make sense. But you know what? Pretty soon it will probably be delivered to our mailbox. All is quiet in YouTube land. Unreal. I've never seen it so quiet. Maybe everybody's having such nice weather they don't want to be on here, which is a good thing. was kind of thinking nobody was going to come in. Pork, Palm Nation, is a Japanese pistol sausage. Don't watch me now. You might become addicted to palms. That's good. Well, that's the best addiction. Palm trees, better than drugs, smoking, and alcohol, right? 3 things I don't really like. But freedom of choice. If you want to smoke, you want to do drugs, and you want to drink, that's your thing. I'd rather grow palm trees, right? That's a healthier hobby right there. Grow palms and bananas. Look at those babies. So last night I went to a potluck with Wendy. Pickle puzzle. Oh, I got to remember, I've got water boiling, so I'm going to have to take off for a second to put the rice. Let me know when that's boiling, Wendy, because I got to dump the rice in. At 3 o'clock, because it is 2:38, we're heading to Hal's Saloon. So I'm going to go shoot a video of his bananas, show you what they look like. So we went to our friend's place last night on the south end of Salt Spring Island. In their garden, they have 2 of my palms, which are totally fine. They went right through the winter, and it got colder there. Definitely colder there in the winter. They're inland from the ocean. They dug out these 2 palms a couple of years ago at the nursery down on the south end. There's a guy that field grows palm trees. He's got about 300 or so palm trees in a field, just like people grow Christmas trees. You call the guy up if you want a palm tree. You go select your palm tree. You have to dig them out. And then he's got the bucket on the tractor. He lifts them up, puts them in your truck, whatever. So one of them they dug out, took really, really well. The other one got way more stressed. It started declining. It lost its spears. It lost its fronds. They turned brown. The center spear pulled out. I said, that's not a good thing, but trachycarpus do have the ability to recover. So I guess it was last year I took a saw and I cut the top off. I probably cut off about this much, something like that. And nothing happened. So we declared it dead. So what Bill did, my friend, he took a auger drill bit about this long. And I said, this is what you can do. You can drill it out and fill it up full of dirt and plant a fern on top. So he augered it out. And I guess he hit some good, kind of some live meat down below. They filled it up full of dirt. They put a sword fern on top. And actually, first they put a bucket on top. And then nothing happened after they put a bucket on top. So then they augered it out. And then they filled it up with dirt. Then they planted a fern on top. So a year later, they come up to me. They said, you'll never guess what happened. We're at the Saturday market. You'll never guess what's happening to that palm tree. There's a spear pushing out of the frickin' dirt between the fern on the top and pushed through all the dirt. They put about this much dirt in there and it's pushed through. Isn't that insane? So I shot a video of it. It's on here. And that's the way the story goes with that palm tree. So Trachycarpus palm trees are tough as nails. I thought it was dead. I didn't think there was a hope in hell for that thing, and it survived. Hello, Mr. Banana 00000. Hello. Just 1 sec. I got to put some rice in the pot. Be right back. What? I'll end this live stream at 3. Okay, guys. So this live I end at 3 because I have to head out. So, hey, long time since I've been on a live. Palms, good to have you in there, Palms. Wendy was looking at property in Tulum. What do you think of Tulum, Mexico? I've been over to Cozumel, and Cozumel is the island kind of like over from Cancun on the Caribbean side, and Tulum is in that general area. It's where those Mayan ruins are. So she was looking at real estate there. She says she'd really like to have a place there to rent out. So property there is a lot cheaper than Maui. I mean, can only dream about Maui. Living in Maui is just not going to happen. Or, I mean, having an apartment there or condo, it's just too expensive. But Tulum looks like a very nice area, and there's certainly lots of palms there. The plumping out more. Yeah, you can eat those things, man. You can eat those. Make a banana split. Any updates on your Helen? No, that died a long time ago. Helen's hybrid died a long. You haven't been on here for a while. You have not been watching my videos for a while. That Helen's hybrid died like the first year. I planted it. It was my bad. And I planted it in with the Musabaju under the shade of the Musabaju, and it did not like it. Now, the guy got it from, I think he grows Helen's hybrid up island. But, my bananas, the bananas here look like crap because I've totally neglected them all summer. We haven't had rain for 3 months, and I don't water them. I just don't do anything to them. And they're just very, very stressed out. So I'm going to go to a garden at 3 o'clock once I finish this live stream, Hal's Saloon, and we're going to show you his bananas, which are cared for. So, when Hal planted his bananas, and Hal's been growing bananas a long time, very long time. I've known Hal a long time. He got an excavator and he dug out all the rock and crappy soil, got a dump truck load of topsoil, put it in there, planted the bananas. He's got about 100 of those things there. I'm in Canada. I'm on the Gulf Islands off the west coast of Canada, the far southwest coast of Canada. Yes, Ric Flair. Ric Flair. Remember Ric Flair, the wrestler? Some of you guys don't remember him. Was it WWE? No, not WWE. AWA. He'd be like, woo! That was Ric Flair, dude with the blonde hair. Boomer Neener. So anyway, it's beautiful weather here. We'll focus that up into the sky. And it's just like, we need rain badly. I like this weather. This is absolutely awesome autumn weather. Have you ever seen a squatch up there living? Yeah. Wendy's got a video of something that might be a Sasquatch. Go to my wife's YouTube channel, Gulf Island Rock. Okay. The name of the channel is Gulf Island Rock. And there's lots of Bigfoot sightings up and around this area. And I see lots of tree breaks in the forest and stuff that I can't explain when you see all these healthy trees and then you see a broken tree that's snapped off about 7 feet up or 8 feet up. How did that happen if it's a live tree? It doesn't make sense to me, but go to Gulf Island Rock, Wendy's channel, and punch in Bigfoot sighting. Bigfoot sighting, you'll see. You decide. I lived in Tulum for a month. Really beautiful place, Mexican. Best beaches. Okay, hey, Wendy. Best beaches in Tulum. Boomer Meaner. I said it right. That's a good thing. So Tulum is nice. I've never been to Tulum. Like I say, the only place I've been to in the Caribbean side of Mexico is Cozumel, the island Cozumel, which was really nice. And I've been down to the Baja. I've been down the Baja, but that was 81 when I was down the Baja in February 90. December 81, I was 17, and me and my buddy drove way down the Baja. And then in February 96, I went to Cozumel. Lorain, Ohio. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is Bigfoot there. That's Bigfoot Squad. He is there. That is true. Bigfoot, what do they call that? BW something. It's something after his name. Yeah. And there actually have been sightings in Ohio, believe it or not, in the Buckside. Have you ever seen Inseti ventricosin? Have you ever seen Inseti? Not the red. I've grown the green one from seed. They're not hardy here. I've grown lots of those from seed. I used to grow the red one back before I moved here over 30 years ago on the mainland, but they're not hardy here either. Hal had a big one in his garden. He's got another one now, but it's in a pot, and it got really big, but the winter kicked its butt and killed it. It was actually a pretty big. I got videos of it here. Tulum and Playa del Carmen are great on the Caribbean side. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so that's more a realistic place to actually buy a condo or an apartment, because Wendy is more like the entrepreneur type and I'm not. She knows how to make money and I don't. She would like to buy something and rent it out. That's her plan, or maybe her dream. I don't know if it's a plan or a dream. Maybe it's a bit of both. She's dreaming about it and maybe it will become reality, but she would like to buy a condo or an apartment over there and rent it out like a vacation rental. And we have 2 accommodations here. That's her thing. That's not my thing. I wouldn't know how to do that. But, I have a check-in. We have a check-in tomorrow. We have 2 check-ins tomorrow. And she's heading over to the mainland. And she's gone for a few days. So I have to check the people in. And hopefully I don't have to make them breakfast, because I'm not good at making accommodation people breakfasts. It won't taste as good as her breakfast. So a guy that looks like you showed up at work drunk and got fired. No way. Looked like you showed up and got fired. I remember a guy where I used to work many moons ago. I used to be a mushroom farmer. That's what I was before I moved to Salt Spring Island. I grew mushrooms commercially, big on a commercial scale. And I remember we had this guy, and he actually got fired because he was drunk. The boss got rid of him. I had to move. I bought some land off of the Pacific Coast Trail. Oh, nice. That's a good place to be. No way. So you actually did have a close encounter with a Bigfoot. That is cool. Check out Wendy's video, Rick. So go to her channel, Gulf, one word, like the Gulf of Mexico, Gulf, then Island Rock is the next part of it, okay? And then just search Bigfoot sighting on her channel. We don't know what it was. A lot of people think it's a Bigfoot. We don't know what we saw that day. That was in 2013, August 8th, I think. It was about just over 9 years ago. in Port Renfrew, near Port Renfrew on the far west coast of the Big Island. If you're going to get drunk, do it at home. Yeah. And I don't get drunk, man. You know, when I was younger, I used to party a lot. I used to party pretty hard on weekends. And, you know, it's not fun waking up after you've been partying. Like, so Friday night, you're out drinking. Saturday morning, or you're out drinking Saturday night, you wake up Sunday morning with a hangover. It sucks. It's not a lot of fun. And then you say to yourself, after you've been had your head in the porcelain pony, puking your guts out, I'm never going to do this again. But then the next week, you're doing it all over again. So, no, I don't do that, man. I just don't do that stuff. It just, I don't like waking up with a headache and being hungover. I like to be in the right state of mind. So, you know, I'll go to Hal's and I'll have a beer or two. That's about it. And I drink weak beer. And then I go over there just to socialize. But there's guys that go to the pub every day. I see them and they are hammered. Every day they go to the pub after work and they get hammered. If you're going to get drunk, do it at home. Yeah, I agree. When you go to work or anywhere. Yeah, no, I agree, man. I'm with you. It's not a good thing to come to work. And it's dangerous. It's a liability coming to work drunk. If you come to work drunk, you have a serious drinking problem, man. You should be in AA. You can get a resident visa in Mexico really easy as well. There's no requirements on how much you need to otherwise. Really? 6-month tourist when you get, hey, Wendy. So you can get it. This is my friend in Mexico. You can get a resident visa in Mexico really easy. No requirements on how much you need to be there. Otherwise, there is a 6-month tourist when you land. Tourist. Okay. So there's a resident visa. But how much money do you have to get there? Like, you know, and that's what I'm curious. How much money do you actually have to have in your bank account or whatever to actually live in Mexico? Is there some requirement for that? I wonder. You know, I mean, Mexico's sounding better and better all the time because we got this complete douche that's running Canada. And people are waking up to the dictator. And then you guys in the States, and I love the US, but you also have a douche in the States too. That's the problem. So more people are leaving for Mexico. I never thought I'd ever think about moving to Mexico. It'd always be Maui. But, you know, Texas looks pretty good too. Tennessee, Texas, Arkansas, Florida. What's that? No, we can't even go to Maui. We cannot fly to Maui because there's restrictions. Biden has restrictions on flying in the US if you're not jabbed. I've been drunk before, lots of fun. Never been I'm usually the one. Yeah, no, same with me too. You know, my oldest son, Ryan, he's 31 on his way to 32 in February. He's never been drunk. I don't think he's ever drank alcohol. And you look at the guy, he's got some tattoos on him and stuff. He looks like the type of guy that would probably party, but he was the guy that would bring a bottle of water to the party. He's never smoked dope. He says, Dad, I like to be in my right state of mind. And he used to wear a shirt that said straight edge. He's like that. He was a skater guy too. He was a sponsored skateboarder, an amazing skateboarder. And he'd go to all the parties that everybody went to, his buddies, but he wouldn't get drunk. How tall are the biggest trackies do you sell? I think you need to income of 2,500 USD per month for resident visa. 2,500. He says you need an income of 2,500 US per month for resident visa. How tall? The biggest trackies we sell. Yeah, so we could buy a property there and not be a resident, right? That's the way that she's thinking. Buying a property, not living there permanently, but using it to vacation at. Rent it out and using it to vacation. But the biggest we have are 5 gallon we sell. So we sell them 1 gallon, 2 gallon, and 5 gallon size. So we go by pot size. The trackies in the 5 gallon are probably maybe about this big, something like that. And they got trunks on them, about like that. Tennessee has the most lenient housing codes for building inspection. You send pictures. Oh, that's awesome. See, I like Tennessee already. I was just talking to my buddy in Tennessee this morning. 672 6-pack on the CB skip was coming in. He calls it the Smoky Hills. Jimmy, up in the Smoky Hills of Tennessee. Hey Joe, do you ever see anyone in BC try? I've tried it back in the late 80s. It's absolutely useless, not worth it. Bismarck and Noblius will never ever work here. Try passing an electrical inspection in Tennessee. It's the most. Is it really? Interesting. We got lots of electricians here, but it's hard to get a tradesperson because they're all busy. There's lots of building going on here. But very interesting. Codes are pretty sticky here. You can get a 3-bedroom house in Tennessee for $40K. No way. Oh, man. Hey, Wendy, we got to move to Tennessee. 3-bedroom house for $40,000. No way. Tennessee. We could go down to, let's see. I talked to a guy in Music City the other day. Is that Nashville? In my vehicle. I was in my truck, and it was Music City, so I said Nashville, Tennessee. 40 grand. That is pretty cheap, man. That is pretty awesome. That's like Saskatchewan. You can go to Saskatchewan and buy, a house for 90,000 bucks Canadian, and that's unheard of here. Now a 3-bedroom house going. Oh, that's good, man. That's still a good place to be. I could go to Tennessee and put a lot of money in the bank. I flipped a house here. Wow, Memphis. I think you can grow palmettos. Oh yeah, you can grow palmettos in Tennessee. I've seen palmettos in videos growing in Tennessee, right? So there are palmettos down. I think down in southern Tennessee, palmettos will grow. I'm guessing in Nashville, every so often when they get a cold blast, it might do them some harm. I don't know if it's going to kill them, but it could damage them. 7 house in Tennessee for. I bought 7 houses in Tennessee for. No way. What, during the COVID? Really? 7 houses in Tennessee for 13 to 14. Where they were how do they call that? Not foreclosures. They were foreclosures. Wow, because I know when there's foreclosures, you can get them really cheap. I call cheapest house right now. 14K. What part of Tennessee is that? It sounds actually too good to be true. Give us the dirt, because Palm Nation is in Tennessee. He would know better than anybody. And I got a buddy, Dallas, in Tennessee. I was talking to my buddy Dallas yesterday in Manchester, Tennessee. I turned on channel 28 on the CB radio. Bit of skips coming in. There's my buddy Dallas, 347 in Middle Tennessee. I called back to him. He says, Joe, let's move down to another channel. And you can see the video on Jungle Josie Video Gates. He's got a powerful station coming out of Tennessee. Have you ever tried Japanese umbrella pine? Yes, Sciadipides. Yeah, I don't have any here, but I had it at my last place. It's probably a big tree now. I planted it like 40 years ago. Flair, I call bull cheapest house prices are way up. Wonder if Elvis has some palm. Hey, I bet you there might be palms. Maybe it's some sable minor at Graceland. The zoo has a ton. Yes, I believe that. I've seen videos of the zoo, and there are palms at the zoo. Yes, lots of sable minor growing there. I think there's Shelby County. I'm not too sure whereabouts in the state of Tennessee Shelby County is, but I'm sure it's nice, right? I think if I moved to Tennessee, it'd have to be in the southern part of Tennessee. If I ever moved to, like, if I was to live in Arkansas, it'd have to be like in the southwestern corner where those sable miners grow, Warren City. I am a licensed contractor, fix homes myself. I bought these in. So you fixed them up. So they were probably dilapidated, right? Tracky carpets are bulletproof in Memphis. Are they? Cool. Right on. Shelby is the worst county in this. I don't know where Shelby is. So you got him. We got a guy on our island called Ric Flair. You know that? There's a guy on our island we call Ric Flair because he kind of looks like Ric Flair. Right. So they were screwed up houses, but you fixed them up and then you flipped them. Good for you. If you can do that, I mean, if you got the ability to buy a decrepit house or a decrepit car and fix it up, so you buy it cheap, you fix it up, and you can make, some good money on that. And that's a good way to make money on houses. That's what my mom and dad used to do. They used to buy houses, fix them up, and then sell them, right? So very, very good to do that. That's what Wendy did to this house. I mean, did this house need much fixing up, Wendy? It needed upgrading. It didn't need fixing up, but Wendy totally remodeled this whole house. Wendy loves to remodel stuff. New Mexico is cheap. Yeah, my cousin lives in New Mexico. He lives in Albuquerque. Honestly, I hope it blows Memphis up. We don't need a city anymore. Really? You don't need Memphis? What would you say are the mildest cities on Vancouver Island? Tofino, which isn't a city. Ucluelet, Victoria, but it's way milder, like on the far west coast, Cape Scott. And even on the inner south coast, Port McNeil, places way up there, far north of here too. I'd like to go to Memphis and see it. Or you can buy land in Kern County, California, last place. Building codes. Really, I hear there is a lot of crimes in Memphis. Yeah, and it's like Vancouver too. There's bad areas of every city you go in. So there's probably bad areas of Memphis and good areas of Memphis. Vancouver, there's some pretty sketchy areas too. You don't want to go to Memphis? No? I want to see Graceland. Is that in Nashville or Memphis? Can you grow butias in Tennessee? I'm sure there are some, but I don't know if they'd be long-term. I don't think they're, because in our property here, they're not even long-term. I lost one right there, not a very big one. The center speared pulled on it, and I moved it over to another garden. It's still green and everything, but it's center spear pulled. Memphis has no good areas. Is that right, eh? That's interesting. Isn't that where Graceland is? Graceland's in Memphis, isn't it? Or is it Nashville? Where does Dolly Parton live? Dolly Parton lives down there too. She's got Dollywood, right? I think if I visit Tennessee, I would like to visit Memphis just to see what it's like, right? And I'd like to see Nashville. And I'd love to see the Smoky Mountains. The Smoky Mountains would be a cool place to see too. Be pretty awesome. You have some. You have Butias. Cool. Yeah, ours didn't. Ours packed it in. I'm done with Butia. Although I got somebody that says, Joe, I got a Butia palm I want to give you. So I said I'm not going to do any more Butias. She's got a Butia palm she wants to give me. So yeah, I'll take it if she's going to give me a free Butia. Graceland is in or by Memphis. Okay. I would visit Graceland. I would like to see Graceland because I liked Elvis. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah. Hey Wendy, you want to go at 3:30? 5 minutes? Okay, I gotta leave in 5 minutes. That sucks because this live stream is going real good. Also, best time to buy lots is right after fire. Oh, in California, I bought a bunch. 5K in Paris. No way. What? Holy cow. Unreal. They do great in pots, yeah. I think I will just maybe grow it in a pot. I don't feel like fussing over palms. So, in my experience, Butia is short term in this property. I've had one in the ground 10 years, and then it froze in 2008. And then I had another one here. Wendy bought at Home Depot, and it was outside for quite a few years. And then the center spear pulled after this winter. And I even put some burlap around the trunk. And it wasn't a very big trunk. It's about like this. It's small. But yeah, we can put one in a pot. We got a lot of stuff in pots on the deck right here. And everything does really well on the sun deck here. And it is very sunny. The sun is still behind these trees, but it's definitely lower on the horizon at this time of the year. So temperature right now is in the low 70s with very low humidity, which is good. But yeah, I'm liking this, and it's supposed to last for a little bit longer. And it just, as I do like this, I am really looking forward to the rainy season so then I can roll up the hose. I've never watered so freaking much. The spring sucked for people. Like I keep saying, the spring sucked for people here. It was wet and cool, but the garden absolutely loved it. The garden has never looked better, and the summer has made up for it. So July, August, September, and now we're into October has been totally bone dry. Fire season is still extreme, and I see the water tanker truck going by a lot, so people's wells have dried up. You were in Memphis. Palms, I'd feel safer any. Really? Is Memphis that bad? Is crime that bad in Memphis? What's going on in Memphis? Like, are we talking, what, is there drive-by shootings? Is there, carjackings? What's going on in Memphis? Is more dangerous than... No way. Memphis is that bad? I never thought about that. Is it really Memphis? There's gangs? I mean, Vancouver, we have gangs. There's some gangs in Vancouver, but I mean, I've never had a problem. If you're in with the wrong crowd, you're going to have a problem. So could I walk down the street at night in Memphis, or would I have a chance? Would there be a chance I get mugged or somebody would attempt to mug me? Is there anything that you have not tried being unsuccessful, but I've been growing palms for about 4 decades now, right? And I've experimented with everything. At my last location, Sago Palms, I've had pretty good success rate with. I mean, they're pretty slow growers here. I got one out there, the Cypress Revolute. I thought that one was dead and has pumped out a bunch of fronds, and it went through last winter. I got Cypress panjuensis. It's been in the ground about, this might be its 7th winter. It's looking really good. Trunk on it's about this big. Camadoria radicalis has done good. Sable Cassierum has done very well for us. Sable minor, not a problem. We know that. Sable Louisiana, Rapidophyllum hystrix, okay. The Butia cross Cyagris, it made it through the winter. All right, so I planted it in February 2018. Just several feet from it, the Jubea chilensis died. And just upslope from it is the Butia cross Cyagris. And just upslope from that, beside the tree fern, is Camadoria radicalis, which I'm thinking Camadoria radicalis must be hardier than Jubea chilensis, from what I can see. Right? And there's a Camarops growing down, and Camarops is fine too. Is that right? Is it that bad there in Memphis? I had no idea. The travel bureau probably wouldn't tell you that, though. People kill each other there. No way. Lady palm. Okay. So Rapis excelsa, I have tried. I had them as houseplants. I had one growing outside for just about 5 years. A lady palm, Rapis excelsa, growing right under this sun deck up against the house. And you know what killed it? It wasn't the winter. It was, we went away for 3 weeks in the summer to Hawaii one year, and it never got any water. And it was growing in very rocky, dry soil, and it just was all desiccated and shriveled up when I got back, which was a real shame because it did survive the winter right up against the foundation under the sun deck, under the overhang. So if I can find another lady palm, and they're not easy to find here now, they seem to be, there's less of them available. If I could find another one, I would probably try another Rapis excelsa. There's a nursery in South Kihei, and I went in there and they had so many Rapis excelsas in like 5-10 gallon pots, and they were pretty cheap. And I got a video of it. It's like so many Rapis excelsa. So yeah, it would be a good one to try. They're hardy down to around -6, something like that for short durations. -6 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. -6 degrees Fahrenheit would kill our whole garden. It'd probably even damage, -6 degrees Fahrenheit would probably even damage the native trees here, no doubt about it. 19 today, the low was 15. It is, it's 22.3 or 22.5 here right now. And our low last night was 16 degrees, something like that. I went over to go and check out some ferns at the nursery. I ended up driving by here after. Oh, wow. It looked like it was closed. It is by appointment only. Yeah, our place is by appointment. If you see the sign out in the road, so you can't really just come in here because sometimes we have accommodation guests and I don't want people bothering them, right? So you have to message me first. And if you message me first, then I can be here for you. I had somebody come by last week and buy some palm trees, right? So I was just down in the nursery today watering some stuff. Don't go to Memphis. I will not go to Memphis. How about Nashville? Can I go to Nashville? How about Manchester, Tennessee, where my buddy Dallas lives in Middle Tennessee? How's that? That seems like a pretty safe place. How about Finger, Tennessee or Henderson? Those must be safe places. Out of the Smoky Mountains. You know, it's very safe here on Salt Spring. But you know what? There is crime everywhere you go. Even in the smallest towns, you're still going to find crime. Rest of Tennessee is safe. That's good. I mean, Tennessee's a pretty good sized state. It's a long state, so it's more longer than it is wide, right? But I think the Smoky Mountains would be really nice. Do Norfolk pines trouble? There was a lady down the road that had one in the garden for about at least 5 years, and she's put a cardboard box over it in the winter. And yes, finally a bad winter took it out. But no, they don't work here. They're not long term. Ericaria heterophylla. There's a friend of mine on Vancouver Island on Tofino that's got one in his garden. It's not that big, but it's been against his house for years, like a decade and a half, and he doesn't protect it. Jackson, Tennessee's borderline Memphis. It's bad. Okay, so Jackson is bad. In London, you can be safe in one area and safe. That's kind of like, Cal, it's like Vancouver. There's places in Vancouver you would not want to walk at night, and you probably wouldn't even walk in the daytime. The downtown east side is pretty sketchy. There's more like really hardcore druggies down there, which is kind of sad. Lots of people whacked out on crack and heroin and meth and stuff like that. So there's tweakers, and I don't know if you're going to get killed, stabbed, but you're going to get probably harassed. You may get harassed. I think I'd like to walk down there and just kind of shoot a YouTube video because I'm that type of guy. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for trouble, but I would definitely walk through there shooting a video because I think it'd make a good video. I don't know if Wendy would want to walk through there, but I certainly would, right? So Tennessee is all mountains and third estate is Gulf Coastal Plain. But there are mountains there, right? I mean, the Smoky Mountains, they're up there. They're pretty high mountains, aren't they? I think my friend 672 in the Smoky Hills is just over 2,000 foot elevation. So he calls it the Smoky Hills. I really don't know how high the Smoky Mountains are, but I'm guessing they're higher than 2,000 feet, right? The highest hill here or mountain on Salt Spring is 2,300, and we are hills and mountains from one end to the other. Your mountains are in the far east. Okay. You think Southern Magnolia can make it? Yeah. I think a Southern Magnolia will make it in a Southern Zone 6A. Like if you're down in Missouri somewhere, it would probably work, or Kansas. Northern Zone A, short term, man. I know of one that survived they grow them, yeah, in Niagara they grow. And I think that's maybe 6B. Maybe closer to 7 in some of those areas. So it's worth the experiment. Try a little gem magnolia are nice ones, and they're pretty hardy. So yeah, southern magnolias are hardier than you think. I grew them in 8A8B, but that's 8A8B. My buddy Phil on the mainland, Foodie Phil, he's got a monster size one in his garden, and he's an 8A8B. But then again, his palm trees are like 30 feet tall, right? And so I talked to my buddy that lives farther out in the valley, and he planted his windmill palms 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, because I was with him when he picked them out. They were locally grown, and he sold his place. And he moved up into the interior, into the desert area. And I says, how are those palms doing? They're like 25 feet of trunk. He says they were both killed in the winter. This past winter, it was so cold out there, it actually killed them. That sucks. 25 feet of trunk, dead, right? So that's in from the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, hey, Wendy, are you ready to go soon? Wendy's ready to go. So I'm going to have to pull the plug, guys. I'm really enjoying this live stream. It really sucks that I got to pull the plug. Bad as East Side. Dad, yeah. Victoria is there's some sketchy areas down around Capital Iron and Value Village. There's a few tweakers down there, and there's a bunch of them in Beacon Hill Park, but I think they moved them out. Okay, later, Gator. So anyway, guys, any advice for bald cypress? Bald cypress should work in 6A because they grow them in Ottawa. Totally hardy. Taxodium, we have one growing in our pond. It's 30 feet tall. They're tough as nails. Fully hardy, I think, in zone 6A. There's a guy in Ottawa that grows them in zone 5. So if it grows in zone 5, I think Ottawa's 5. It's cold in the wintertime. You can grow it in 6A. You're pretty much tropical compared to Ottawa. Okay, guys, I got to go. So later, Gators, and thanks for joining in. I got to go to Hal's. I'm going to Hal's Saloon, and I'm going to shoot a video of his bananas, and I'm going to have a cold brewski with him. His bar is pretty awesome because he's got like it's almost like a greenhouse, but it's open around the side and it gets hot in there. His sun deck is amazing, and the bananas are jungle-like. So we'll go shoot a video right now. I'm going to grab my camera and I'm going to shoot a video of Hal's Banana Jungle at the saloon, which is really a 1-minute drive south of here. It literally is a 1-minute drive south of here. He's on the same road. I mean, we could walk there, but we like to drive. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. And yes, one of these days I will travel to Tennessee and visit some of my friends in the volunteer state. I have a lot of friends I talk to on the radio daily in Tennessee, and it'd be nice to visit some of these people. All right, catch you later. Happy palm growing. We will see you all next live stream. All right, cheers to you, and have a fun day. Enjoy the, we call it an Indian summer. That's what it is, Indian summer. Take care.